Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I'm here. I'm very sorry. It took me a while to make this lovely chart, and this lovely chart, it took longer than I anticipated. So I'm going to be talking about these two charts in this video. This is Morgan Brown's after party. Hey, welcome. So I see I have Teacher Kelly, but she had to go. Teacher Casey's here. Teacher Candy here. Teacher Cindy is here. Welcome, 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 everybody. Let's get some sunshine up in here. All right. So I have 5 people watching and 1 thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry I was late. I was sitting here. I wanted to get this all drawn out. Well, you know. And this too. So we have an updated live schedule. On Mondays, Morgan Brown goes live. Today's Monday. Why are you live, Evelyn? Like I said, it's Morgan Brown's after party. So her YouTube channel name is Teacher Morgan SWM. Think Sing With Me. She was a choir teacher, so sing with me. Tuesdays, Teacher Kelly Tag. So check her out tomorrow. Wednesdays, Teacher Dani. Thursdays with me, Evelyn Joy. And Fridays with Teacher Kim T. So these are the friends to visit. Hey, welcome, Amanda. Okay, so I have 7 friends here. Hello. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the raise requirements. Why? Because we all want raises. No, just kidding. VIPKID pays us well, but it's nice to work towards and hope for and anticipate, hopefully, a raise. As I talk about the many requirements in order to earn a raise, I hope that it will encourage you to possibly work towards one, or, you know, realize that maybe you won't get one. I don't know. Last year, I made a raise requirement video this time of the year. And there was a couple of things that I didn't know when I made that video. So I thought, what better time than now to talk about the many raise requirements for VIPKID. So that way, anytime I have someone ask me, hey, how do I get a raise? What's the raise requirements? Or I saw the chart, I don't understand. I'll say, I've got a video, I break it down, I make a complicated thing more simple, so I can just send them the link, because explaining it's like taking a very complicated math problem and trying to break it down step by step. So we're going to do that. All right, so these are the point system in order to get a raise. These points right here add up to 12 points. And depending on what you were hired at, I'm just going to disclose what I was hired at. I was hired at $8 an hour. Scratch that. Let me fix that. I was hired at $8 base pay per class. So that means when I get incentives, last year, I could make up to $10 per class. Last year, by hard work and a miracle, I received the first raise. And so now this full year, I've been enjoying a base rate of 8.5. So $8.50 base rate per class. So with incentives, it could be up to $10.50. And if it's short notice, it could be up to $12.50. Isn't that amazing? So I would love to get another raise. I'm about to sign my 5th contract. So raises are available after 1 year of working with the company, after 2 years of working with the company, after 3 years of working with the company. So it's the odd numbers. So like you have your 1st and 2nd contract, that is your 1st year. So when you sign your 3rd contract, that's when you could potentially get a raise. So then your 3rd and 4th contract, that's your 2nd year that I'm finishing up, and I'm about to sign my 5th contract. So that's when I could potentially get a raise. So this point system right here is for just that 1 year time span. So when it's your 1st and 2nd contract, you only have 11 months to reach all of these. When it's your 3rd and 4th contract, you have 12 months. And then when it is your 5th and 6th contract, you could potentially get a raise when signing your 7th contract, and it all starts over. So you don't have to think about total number, including both years. So with these requirements of like amounts of teacher no-shows, amounts of classes taught, amounts of PPT classes finished and stuff, all of these requirements, when I talk about them, it's for that 1 year. So last year, they were looking at my 1st and 2nd contract. This year, they're not looking at my 1st and 2nd contract. They're only looking at my 3rd and 4th contract. So they're only looking at the past 12 months. So that doesn't mean, oh, but the whole time I've been with VIPKID, I've taught enough classes. No, in the last year, I've taught enough classes. In the last year, I've taught enough PPT or had this amount of teacher no-shows or cancellations, right? So the next thing I wanted to say is last year, it was easier for me to get a raise because last year it was required of me to get a total of 10 points. But this year it's required of me to get all 12 points. And I'll show you why. It's because of this chart right here. If you make $7 an hour, you just have to earn 10 or 12 points. $7.50, you have to earn 10 points. $8, you have to earn 10 points. But if you make $8.50 or $9 or $9.50, then you have to have 12 points if you make $8.50, $9, or $9.50. And if you already make $10, you are ineligible of a raise. There is a cap on our raises. The most you can make base pay per class is $10. So let's talk about this. Teacher no-shows. You can only have 2 total teacher no-shows in the full year. Now, if you have up to 3 in the same morning or the same evening, those count together as 1 against you on your contract. And I'm not sure if they count it the same way on the raises. It's not indicated or explained. So we'll find out whether I get a raise or not, because that is the point of contingency on whether or not I get a raise, because I had a couple of teacher no-shows in the same evening. So I had one time that I had 2 classes that I had to cancel, and well, I didn't get to cancel them because I didn't have a signal in the hospital. I had a miscarriage and I missed 2 classes that evening. And so I had teacher no-shows, but then I applied for the soft cancellation with all the paperwork from the hospital, and I was approved. But when I look back on it, I was still charged the $10 per class. So I'm not sure if it was fully processed, but I was approved for it. So I don't know if that went through all the way. Another time on the 4th of July, my husband's car broke down and I went to go rescue him, and I totally forgot I had 2 evening classes that night, and I missed those 2 classes. So those should count as 1. And then another morning, I overslept one time. So that could count as 3, or it could count as 2. So I may or may not get a raise this year. I'll let you guys know in a couple of weeks when I sign my 5th contract. But this is on my mind because it's coming up soon, right? Cancellation rate, a maximum of 0.60. So that's the most you can cancel as far as not soft cancellation, not medium cancellation. I don't know if medium cancellation counts against you. Again, this is not indicated or explained. I assume that soft and medium do not count against you. Not sure. Finished classes. Your finished classes. This last year, I thought that I did not have enough finished classes. I thought I was not going to get the raise. But it turns out that the student no-shows and the student ITs are included in this number. And so I was given the raise. I was shocked because I thought I worked so hard to teach enough classes. I didn't get to the number. Now I'm not going to get the raise. But then it turned out by some miracle that I had enough finished classes because they include the student no-shows and the student ITs. Do not include teacher ITs or teacher no-shows, not included. Finished PPT. How do you calculate this? Send a ticket and ask, because there's no way of figuring it out. I know that I've taught 600 PPTs. How do I know that? Because pretty much all I teach is as many PPTs as they give me. I try to teach 4 classes every morning, every day of the week. I've been doing that all year long. I've definitely taught 600 PPT. 5 apple rating, 25%. I've also met this requirement. I'm at 28%. But what I am calculating is total apple rating over the past 2 years. I have 28%. So again, when you look at your teacher portal, it looks discouraging because it shows you the last 30 days. Don't look at that. Look at the overall. What you do is you calculate out how many classes have I taught total, then divide how many total. 5 apples. 4, 3, 2, 1, don't count. 5 apples. This is your 5 apple rating. And I haven't read the chat box, but I will get to you in a minute. So the 5 apple rating needs to be 25% or more. So again, if you make $7 base pay per class, $7.50 base pay per class, or $8 base pay per class, you can miss out on one of the 2 pointers. You need a total of 10 points in order to get a raise. But if you make $8.50 or more, then you have to have all 12 of these points. You have to meet all of the requirements. So I don't know by some miracle if I'll get a raise again or not, but I'm thankful for what I'm paid. If you make $10 base pay per class, one time I saw a teacher complaining, I'll never get a raise because I was hired at $10 per class. And I was like, oh, poor you. I little tiny violins for you. I'm very sad for you. Not that much sympathy because we're all working so hard just to get a 50-cent raise, right? But the cool thing is a 50-cent raise per class means a $1 raise per hour. So that's amazing. What jobs can you get a $1 raise for? So I got a $1 raise last year. This whole year I've been enjoying that money. So I would love to get the $1 raise, particularly since I'm going to be giving birth and have a newborn. So I'm not going to be teaching as many classes. So having more per class will mean a little bit more money when I'm having to cut down on how many classes I teach. Now I'm going to read what you guys are saying in the chat box. Oh, how many followers? Oh, Tim, how many followers do you have? 1,800 followers, Tim? You are a high demand teacher. Wow. And they said, wow. Yeah, male teachers are sought after. Although, some male teachers will say to you that it depends. Sometimes they still see a drop in bookings at times, but obviously Teacher Tim is a popular guy. That's awesome. So Candy said, so if I dress up like a man, I get more classes. I don't think that's how that works, but I'm not an expert. Welcome, Tanya Smith. I have 10 friends here. Sure, male can help, but there are guys I know with more than 3K. I've been with VIPKID for 2 years. How long have you been with VIPKID, Tim? I have, let's check the exact number. I have 140 something followers. 145. Oh, it's recently gone up. So I had 140 a few weeks ago. So 5 new followers. Woohoo. So I'm thankful for the followers I have. I was going to say, Teacher Morgan this morning showed the new level 1 t-shirts and hoodies. This last paycheck, I was going to order one, but instead I used that money. A friend of mine has breast cancer and she's selling t-shirts to support her medical bills. So I ordered one of those shirts this paycheck. So I'm going to order the level 1 shirt next paycheck. So yeah, Cindy has 155 followers. You're only 10 ahead of me. You're always ahead of me though. Cindy's always like, wants more followers. I don't even pay attention to the number. And then I'm like, oh, how much do you have? Oh, well, more than me, but you're doing good. As I'm more focused on bookings. I need the bookings. Nicole Mitchell, welcome. She has 80 followers today. All right. Woohoo, Cindy. I wish I had more followers. You could mention in feedback, follow me, I haven't ever mentioned that, but that's because I'm more focused on rebook me. So this morning I taught 3 level 1 classes and lately that's been out of the norm for me. I'm used to when I ask students, how old are you? I'm used to them saying 5, 6, 7, or 8, or maybe 9. But lately I've been hearing a lot of students say, I'm 14, I'm 13, I'm 12, I'm 11. I'm like, wow, apparently I'm appealing to an older audience now. And then I wonder if that's maybe more Friday and Saturday nights that I have the older kids. Because this morning I had 3 level 1s and a phonics class. So I taught a phonics class that he arrived 17 minutes late. And so I used 10 minutes and I went through all the slides, but obviously I didn't do the bonus slides after the goodbye slide. But that was really interesting to do that. I was thinking, since it was my last class, my first thought was, oh, I can stay extra time. And then I remembered with Chinese laws, I can't go past 30 minutes. That's illegal. So don't want to mess that up. So I finished at 27 and a half minutes. Welcome. My husband said, hi, beautiful girl. Hi, David. If you see a Hebrew name with a handsome man in the picture, that's my husband. He says, hi, beautiful girl. Thank you, David. So yesterday was really special because my husband and we visited a new church together, and he held my hand in church. That was super special. I felt like a giddy schoolgirl. We don't hold hands that often because our hands are always full with little kids and changing diapers and getting things done. My husband said, woo, I'm blushing. I like holding your hand, David. Anyway, I've been teaching 115 days, super newbie. Where do I go to church, Nicole? We've been visiting a few different churches. And also on YouTube, I try not to say like specific places that I go to because you never know, there's weirdos out there. I try not to expose that. But you and I, Nicole, we are friends on Facebook. We can talk in the messenger and we can talk about that later. That's so funny. Anyway, I love my husband. So my husband was in a bad car accident, and praise God, he was not injured other than some aches and pains, but his car door was smashed in, driver's side, which just shows that, God protected his life, And so he replaced himself with the car door. So he has a white car with a black door. So I affectionately call it the panda car now. It's cute. I like it. So yesterday I was helping my husband. I was holding the glass window up while he was kind of putting the door together. So that was teamwork. We've worked together and assembled different ceiling fans in our house and stuff. So it's kind of nice getting to work together. So, yeah. Okay. Tanya said, I will have to find you on Facebook. Yes, let's add me as a friend, girl. I'm Evelyn Joy on Facebook. So I just have first and middle name on Facebook and YouTube just for, security reasons. Yeah, David said, you made me happy being a team player. So David felt really loved that I stood there and held the glass window up for him. And I felt really loved that he held my hand at church. So love languages, Anyway, I think that is so great. Teamwork makes the dream work. Exactly. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today, the raise requirements. So wish me luck. Fingers crossed that maybe when I sign my contract in about a week or two from now, beginning of December, I'm going to sign the contract and hopefully I can get a raise, say a little prayer for me, because hopefully my soft cancellation went all the way through. And hopefully when there's 2 teacher no-shows in the same evening, hopefully that counts as 1, right? So if that's the way it works out, according to my calculations, I should just have 2 teacher no-shows, right? So hopefully I'll let you guys know next month. Last year, I hustled the last 2 months to try to teach enough classes to get to 1,200 classes. And I felt like, I was like 40 classes short or something, and I didn't make it. And I felt really like I worked so hard and I didn't do it. And then when I went to sign my contract, it did have the raise on it. And I was like, what? Then I talked to some teachers and they explained to me the student no-shows and the student ITs are included in that. And last year, more than this year, I had a lot of trial student no-shows. So anyway, oh, Tim's going to bed because it's in Malaysia. It is bedtime. Is it 9:15 or 10:15 in Malaysia? It's late, or 8:15. I don't know. Anyway, what time is it in Malaysia? I don't know. But Malaysia's same time zone, I think, as our kiddos in China. So maybe that's 10:15. 10:15, but I'm not sleeping. I need to finish a YouTube video. Oh, very good. All right. So my friend Casey is here. I was going to say, this is our live teacher schedule, but we're looking at doubling up possibly, because our friend online teacher dude would like to go live one of the days. Oh, on this schedule, I didn't write Saturday. Sorry. Saturday is Cindy Bennett. Silly me. Cindy Bennett. So excuse my crammed writing there. Isn't it so fun having colorful markers? The joys of an online teacher. Colored markers, the things that make us happy in life, right? Good Christmas gift for your online teacher friend. Markers, expo markers. I like these markers because they have erasers on the tip. So you don't have to be like, where's my eraser? Where's my eraser? It's on every marker. So anyway, Monday, I want to do a live on referring. Okay, so sounds good. So we're looking at doubling up because we have our friend teacher Casey, who did her first live just recently. We have our friend teacher Tim, and we also have a friend Lori who's interested in going live. So we want to support one another, subscribe to one another, go to each other's channels. So we're still figuring out the second half of the plan. So we're planifying. We're planning. I was trying to make a funny word and did not work out. Epic fail. Sorry about that, Cindy. The colors are awesome. Thanks. So I have my words all spaced out up here, and then down here it's like Cindy Bennett crammed together. Sorry. I've been cramming words together since childhood because my last name had 11 letters in it before I got married. So hard to fit that in a line sometimes. Anyway. That's all I wanted to talk about. If you all are working towards a raise, sometimes looking at this can be daunting. It may seem impossible, but by some miracle, I got the first raise by hard work and a miracle. And so maybe possibly I might get the second raise. So you can think, oh, it's impossible to meet all those requirements. Wait, I have a friend who met the requirements, so it's possible. Just got to work hard, right? So anyway, thanks for the great explanation. Happy to help. Yeah, so basically, if you make, once again, if you make $7 base pay to $8 base pay, you just have to get 10 of these points. So maybe one of these you don't have to get, but for sure, the class number is required for everyone. But if you make $8.50, $9.50, you have to meet all these. And if you make $10 base pay, sorry, no more raises for you as of now. Yes, Laura, welcome. She said, are you talking about raises? I was. I just finished my live. So you are welcome to watch the replay. I love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah! Bye-bye.